Indian news ma kwaba assign the ba one kasa fidie so bio. Na maka trust before anything else na just a share na ebiem so kwa na wo subscribe to your channel no. What's the fa political news there? Never governance. We catch you sapani put of ma yet. Na panye to forma yet there. Ane na nsem foforo bi enso asan esi. Benim say what the nsem ade ban na ya na ya wote na ya wohwe na ya wofen so. Nti no nsem foforo bi esi a India news yan so pani ye to for me baby ati nyina chi no ye nsa atumi aka bi na yaso enso atimi atisa ensemi bi yentie nsem member sisi a na mpanifo mpo se kakum no ye che no koku enum de ba before that no subscribe to your channel no sabeka all other news a fa politics one the opesa wo tie no eho etie ba ebe baby asusu anso person de body no fa na de asie bia no so fa comment enso to ase ne yenkenkan informaw de ready na emeko yentie nsem member sisi a utie no fa comment to ase ba de emfa nchemu no so ento aso yentie mra
Inti edan ne ye pick it up efa Edu Boahen semi ho ne national security mpanyefo abesen komo ewo sisia how they want to handle this issue.
Obi say from Enura anopa.
Yes.
And be say na anopa na ye dey asototo from nipa be no modin komo very high ranking government officials very close to the presidency. And na nipa bi so omo several in very powerful position under President Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
That is uncommon baby akono we ma akwa abia fa former president Akufo-Addo ho.
Okay.
Say tesi because the minimum say whether meeting between President Muhammad Basonne and also because I
meeting
think
between past national security heads.
No? Okay.
And President Muhammad.
Exactly.
Now sanka meeting be Baso.
Eda enrano and I said because I think that the Omamu proposal meeting were given it yesterday evening.
Okay.
And then the woman and said, "We say already one letter whether letter or Trokoma,
yes,
the current national security coordinator is about a matter of public discourse."
Yes.
Now, the PB as a content now leaking,
yes,
in itself is a serious national security issue.
Okay.
If it's already a woman communication,
yes,
it may be
coded language.
Exactly. There's a woman here say or say about one thing. The letter if it is all chim watch him. The aim is all chim watch no classified.
Yes.
Now, in Tiabayana select and beto Monteno, the former national security coordinator, for example, made overtures to the cabinet.
Okay.
There's a need for them to sit down and address this matter. First of all, they didn't understand why a letter from the lawyer and I said, Mr. Boahen to the coordinator, leaky to the media. And secondly, the content of it.
Yes.
Now, the Omiyan said the previous administration, national security heads, had made it known for what we are picking and maybe not the current in the hand over knows no. These things are all contained.
Now handing over
the panel letter no I will say because yes and what Enti obi say me ma proud with another teaser say one you we are the ABCD the things say oman nye bibia amfa one we are the security
information be about
exactly
and what's
to even classify information code name alpha operation nobody knows alpha maybe na
sure
enti I understand say there was a long meeting 2 days before and yesterday.
Okay.
And the two bodies former and the current came to a decision it would be better for them to formally brief the president on these matters and to explain certain things because the beginning intended say most of the time sometimes some of the security briefings details the current president and he doesn't get to know. Sometimes he's told of this operation is ongoing. But details I don't know whether it's for to hide behind deniability or anything of the sort but a principal opponent I put this out about a matter of public discourse. It would be better for them to have a discussion. What I cannot confirm whether meeting about because I understand said
those meeting with president.
Those over hand of president the diary in each room said either and I said now what I've also picked is the thing said after this meeting is even the ongoing prosecution maybe it may take a different form. That is what is happening right now. And the pebinums who are more security clearance you may not see them as part of a national security operative any other day.
Yes.
It is likely that their names and identity may be exposed as a result of this correspondence about Bontino, which individuals binuma or ma benefited from unknowingly. For example, I mean, it's only who dream. Say, for example, Obi, or pay opportunity, be or tax be on him. Executing it's very difficult. Okay. All of us, and somebody comes into your life before you realize you don't know how that and.
Well, you're not an agent from the national.
And the threat is the one where all of these things may come into the public domain now. Certain names of individuals and their capacity in the country may be seriously compromised.
And once the trial lingers in court, Nayam Fane says the states in prosecuting Etimia establish enough basis why I was accused person who opened the defense.
Exactly.
So will be any defense. He's out there to defend himself.
Absolutely.
He will go all out. Document be also a deba. A DB also obo to defend himself.
And then more especially, they have also made the point clear. Say, even from the onset, Nankasano, Nipano has been tried in the media.
Yes.
So any talk of less of an income because of national security implication may even be a matter of where a burden to get it because already I don't know, whatever it is, some that's what I've picked.
Okay.
Outcome the but I don't even know whether it has come on or it may come off today.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, what those close to it, some of the things they are aware, Bimo is giving it to have a second thought. It goes much deeper than what is in the public domain.
The public domain.
With the hopes that the way the case is being handled, it may have an influence. Whether it will go ahead or will not go ahead, it will depend on how the truth.
With the benefit of hindsight, maybe the Attorney General's initial press conference. If you're changing so at the time, looking at what is coming up now,
and it's also not clear whether, for example, Ebiana explanation, Mr. Boahen provided whether it addresses every issue. Attorney General of any yoke for whatever reason. Those are the things that are more shame. But according to what I've picked, the claim is that in the handing over notes, the current coordinator has all the facts. So the surprise is how come these matters are being presented in a way that the portrait will be as a thief. And clearly, some say this may be a warm-up. And it was good for the former and the new to sit and then present whatever they have before the president. And then they will see their way clear.
On some of the revelations I want to let there are already some denials coming up.
Yeah, and some also subtle. For example, on he claims that there's a part some almost 10 million cities for election monitoring devices.
Yes.
Padumoche seemed to I don't know a board member or NCA. At some point, some discussions went on why can't the state provide logistics for all political parties and even the Ghana Journalists Association to monitor the elections and clear whether this expenditure came about as a result of that particular discussion. I think the number will recall some people are a bit skeptical in opening up too much because of how sensitive the whole matter is.
But I won't pick it be also from president. For example, a cast be a our special aid to the president-elect and receive any ya pick it be from a home.
And also explanation be a man. In fact, the only thing now NDC Dr. Rashid Tanko I said they have some support. I don't know a deputy director of elections. Nothing of that came to the attention. Kofi Apalu said he knows it happened, but it happened between the two major political parties. And
interesting
whether they will try to put a lid on this matter once and for all, or allow the man to speak, and you be heard DBC.
Wow. Elton, my
I'm not paying the assembly who dream kakra. And US embassy for exemption for some interaction kakra. Now details be about just say as at the end of 2024, according to the embassy, people will apply for visas, either B1, B2, H1 or student near
all the visa types.
61,000 Ghanaians now apply for
61,000 visa applications.
Yes, 61,000 visa applications.
And I'm granted saying
25,000. Now, I don't put the encodanche. almost say as a time now, even B1, B2 no, is moved almost $200 or more.
Okay.
Now as at the time, if $160 was used as the minimum,
as the visa fee,
like the 61,000 Ghana form apply for US visa, less than half Nigeria.
Yes.
$9.75 million.
Visa fees
and a US
embassy.
I just free out of all in the year 2024 alone.
Wow. It is meaning talk around a possible refund of visa fees. Then we should begin taking
of course, because
not over $9 million.
Almost few dollars away from $10 million just last year alone. And connection man for $10,000, $15,000 for visa.
Wow. And they are also saying they would clamp down on middlemen.
Well, I can't hear how they will do, because how are you going about it? Now, open timer.
Okay.
Open interview data is difficult.
Yeah.
But I know that some people.
Middlemen is
maybe we will be choose come here a channel for me for us bra 70
interview. Anyways, Elton that's a party. Elton John Bobby and Motienen, kind of host of the polls on Joy News, former presidential affairs correspondent here at the multimedia group, and Aubrey, the latest on the Boahen in sense seminar. What the heads of the various national security institutions in Koma or AD, both the current and the former, a possible meeting with the president, on the cards. And I didn't know and Koma Eddie. Mamini Mustafa Bande and Kasa Oye, NDC Deputy General Secretary. Mianeno in Koma Mustafa Akwabe Kosi saying Sony.
Major Sabina.
Apomi a dear.
Radia.
Of course, I mean, Cecilia, because of additional role as a deputy director, operations at the presidency, you are privy to some national security staff. I mean, going through a Boahen letter, and the fact that a government in power through the national security team provided support for an opposition party, because how much the reasons for that is for national cohesion, for peace, for political objectivity. A bass a surprise to one.
My commentary on this matter would be purely political, and to the extent that, as I said, reflected the objectivity of the issues. Number one is a calculated, deliberate ploy attaching counsel with the suspect to blackmail persons or systems that will ensure that suspected crime will lose the attention that the nation is giving it. But it will work. The most important thing is that if you have misappropriated public funds and the various financial acts governing public sector stipulates how institutions should use their funds, and you don't follow that law, and that when you are arrested, the best counsel a lawyer should give you is sit in jail, blackmail everybody, because you have spent the money with certain individuals, and that it will dilute the concentration of the matter. It won't wash. Okonfo. Okoyuya will be banchia. Ni achiwa I will say banchino mi bu fama oma. Intiminya konfo. How does that work?
Yeah, but in the statement, there is nowhere admission. He was on you being the DC. He is saying, Sikana mose ayerano. Nioma national security every year you need 1, 2, 3, 4. On can't send me DB ena me ma assume see an obintin subi. That is not
when you call as a student of security, you call national security architecture. Won't discuss the details, but our various institutions and our functions are more. Signal Bureau saying it has its core mandate, its budget. The mainstream national security has its core focus on how it champions national security strategies and security enhancement and coordination. None of it says to say, go and dip your hand into an account, into an account, use it to buy estates, and that when you are caught, then you say that you have used it for national security operation. How does that work? How does that work? It's blackmailing, complete attachment logic to dilute the matter. So Obi na beka me hwate mo a ma kwa kobo kro no ntino na wo Obi ya madam for mama 1,000 cedis a because say Obi ba tra beka me hwansem wo ekusi senti ma ko transfers na ma tro say Obi kwa na no me man 1,000 bi set kano e ka ho bi. What kind of logic is that?
Yeah,
is that how the MPP intend to defend their criminality in government? Is it strange? Is it the first time our governments have been supporting opposition parties?
Yeah, but if it is not the first time, why are you saying it's a way the black?
Nobody have gone to steal money from an account to support opposition parties.
Yeah, but as we speak, nothing has been established to be a USK.
Which opposition party did they give the money to?
Yeah, into a say elections, special operations, support for opposition party, into bracket communications equipment for election result collation, 8.3 million Ghana cedis, in dollar terms, $500,000 US.
Election coalition become the core mandate of Signal Bureau?
No, or say a equipment a parties name that they buy election collation, but they are, the opposition party. That is what is written.
Opposition party buying.
It is not in this letter.
Exactly. So I'm just saying that NDC didn't take money from Boahen to collect our results. I may be misinformed, but as far as I'm concerned, national security didn't fund NDC's coalition of results.
Yeah, but maybe
I do know, sir. The MPP put together a rigging scheme, including IT infrastructure to rig the 2024 election, and it failed.
Mustafa Gbande as
should nation's money be used for it?
Mustafa Nyabotre, as Deputy General Secretary, who was not directly involved in election collation, you may not be privy to all the information because say the national security, the party NDC as a body corporate, they might not deal with you, Mustafa Gbande.
Oh, sir, NDC, MPP, national security is kind of a quality election. Is that what you are making me believe? I will be shocked. At where I sit, I was keenly involved in elections. Unless I don't have a briefing, but I'm saying that collation of results by NDC have nothing to do with funding from national security.
FM.
And I'm saying that even if national security intends to fund opposition parties and political interests, you don't misappropriate funds, which you know breaks a law in terms of managing public funds in the name of helping political parties, because you wouldn't have told the political parties that you have stolen the money. So clearly, it's a ploy by Akatia to blackmail the systems. And it won't wash. You won't go to court and tell a judge that I've stolen money. Yes, I'm a thief, but I've used the money to take care of journalists. So therefore, leave me to go home.
Asempa FM.
Yeah. This is the logic of the MPP.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say even to arrive at stealing, no, Mustafa, the elements of stealing are clear. I mean, the mere fact that Sika Kodio Bihwa, it cannot in and of itself no ground the offense of stealing.
Well, stealing, I'm not a lawyer, but stealing is a concurrent term that works with misappropriation. It's a public officer. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it goes a bit beyond that.
And I'm saying that Boahen should have come to tell the Ghanaian people, if he decides to discuss publicly his matters under which he has been investigated and arrested, he should tell them that, yes, I didn't steal any money. But when you say that the money you are accusing me to have taken, I have used it, I have spent it on minor political parties. And then Atacha goes on radio to say that, oh, prosecuting this hardened criminal, a James Bond of our time,
FM,
will have national security implications.
Mustafa, I don't think it's fair, or I should allow you to categorize an accused person as a hardened criminal.
I can withdraw.
The court has pronounced that. Very well.
I can withdraw that.
Very well. Very well.
But I'm saying that under the circumstances, what Atacha is doing is blackmailing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is to find a way of diluting the case. It won't stand in logic, sir.
Asempa FM.
Boahen is not saying, say, did he say that in the letter?
Yeah, in the letter, no.
But he said that he took the discretionary decision